got another special guest in the.
How is it like? I guess a chef's etiquette, right? I'm sure you deal with all types of clients.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with some of the clients that sometimes in your heart of heart, you're kind of like, you kind of like your communication a little bit off, kind of acting a little whack. Have you had a situation where it's like, like you rubbing me wrong, but I'm still trying to like get through this job so I can,
How
have
niggas
this-
feel about dropping clients? Like, are
Right,
y'all
and
are
have
y'all
you
cool
ever
with
done
dropping?
that? Like, has there
I'm
ever
asking
been a
both of
joint
y'all,
that
like,
couldn't do
because I got no problem these days. Just
so
being like, I
you
can't
said-
work with you.
so
no more.
let me tell you,
I might not say it like that, but I was like,
And before you get into it more again, like I say, at least for myself, right? I would say, even though we all offer services, I would say food is a little bit more like
little
I'm
more
really
personal,
tending
a
to
little more
in the
intimate,
process. Like,
yeah.
are you good? Like, like with this visuals, like, you know what I do.
Yeah.
You send
Either
that
one or
payment
you
over, I'm gonna
don't.
send it over. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be like, you like it? Yeah, I might do that, but like, but I feel like with food is more so like,
You actually
please-
have to like it.
Please
You
tell
actually
me.
have to like
I
it.
actually
Yeah,
do.
I need you.
I
Yeah,
need
it's
that-
for you.
I
You
need
know what I'm
live.
saying?
I need that live critique. But I've definitely had situations more so where I'll just say no up front. I won't really like if I say yes to it. Kind
Then
of
you
gotta
gonna follow
finish
through.
it.
Yeah,
I gotta finish it.
100%,
That's
100%.
I ain't gonna. But I'm so hesitant on types of jobs because I kind of like foresee how it go.
Absolutely.
And knowing how I move and how I be, and then knowing that that's how you probably about to approach it, I'd be like, if anything, I'll try to find somebody else that didn't mind.
I kind of
But
stopped
for
doing
the most
weddings
part, I'm
because
just
of
like,
that. Like, it's like I feel
word.
like sometimes I did a couple weddings where just like
I'll assist every time. But to your point, I will not be the head.
You don't want to be the guy.
Except
Yeah.
it's
because I don't
a
want you
lot
want to
of
be taking the
tending
brunt
to.
of the
Yeah.
like arguing or like the
back and
frustration
forth.
or the back and forth. and shit
Ideally,
like
it's
that.
a once in a lifetime thing. So you have to.
But
it's not just you.
it's so much.
Service,
It's
you
so
have to treat it
tense. Like
delicately,
it's
like,
yeah, you
have
do.
to be
But
very
like just from my experience with weddings, it's like people are depending on who it is. People are just so high wired. You know what I'm saying? They want
You're not getting
brides
the
want
real
everything
them.
to go
It's really
perfect.
pressures
They
on
want
me.
everything to go
Right,
perfect, and it's like
right.
life isn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the kind of guy where it's like I roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying?
You have to.
But on
Niggas ain't
weddings
trying to hear
days,
down their wedding
No,
day.
no.
Life
yeah,
isn't perfect.
there's
Like,
no punches on
it's
wedding
my
days. It's like,
day.
no, we've been planning this for 6 months. It's got to go this way. You got to catch every single thing. It's
Right.
like, so
It's
yeah.
not realistic. Like, kind of like to what you just said. Like, literally, that's how I look at like what I do. Like, it's essentially I'm opening up a restaurant for one night only. Every time I do a gig
For one person
Like,
only, or
for
for one
one-
like small group
I
or
don't have
whatever.
another chance to make this right.
Yeah.
That first impression is everything. So that, I missed the ball or I dropped this, like, nah, like, we can't have that because, again, it's going to leave a sour taste no matter what it is. Like, of course, like you said, nothing's perfect. I've had my own hiccups and different things, but I always do the due diligence on my end to address it and try and correct it. Like, I try and make sure that's something that I take very seriously. But it's definitely been times, like, people like to idolize what I do, like working with like different high profile people, different. But sometimes you got to go through management. You got to
Yeah.
go through different people. Like you never want to be in a situation where you're talking money with the
with
guy.
the person, with the particular
like
person
that-
who
that's not his job.
yeah.
Like
Right.
his job is to perform. He's an entertainer. He's whatever. So my relationship, I always keep that strictly like depending on what the rapport is. Like
Yeah, yeah.
whether we're
Right,
cool,
right.
whether this you'll never know. Like I've had money that's been left on the table
Mm-hmm.
with certain people, and I'm just like I know they know nothing about it,
Mhm.
but again, I'm a charge to the game based on what the situation was. And
Yeah.
I tell people
Right.
all the time, what I do is leveraging relationships. Like what's
It's
worth
important.
it. Like setting boundaries is one thing. Like shout out my best friend Monglin. She's really been big on teaching me that over the years. Just being in business, like where it's like you can't just always wear yourself thin for people.
Yeah.
Like at the end,
Always saying yes when people like it's saying yes to those extra requests is something that I had to learn to like chill on. You know what I'm saying? Like we agreed to this, now you asking for extra, just like asking in
because people
passing,
think
and then I'm like,
you're just
fine,
gonna
because
do
I
it.
can do it and I know how, but it's like this is what we agreed to.
And
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
People will take advantage of you quick.
100%.
And that's what a lot of my job is, honestly. But I'm also slightly a hypocrite because anytime that there's these major, like high profile people or anything like that, like time isn't really of the importance to them because they have
I got time.
They're in
got
control
time.
of their
They're
time.
in control
You know
of their
what I'm saying?
time. So I'm under the mentality of if I don't do it, somebody else will.
Mm.
Right.
So People have probably seen the stories at the grocery store,
Right.
4 a.m. Like, I make it a thing to know my 24-hour grocery stores because
Man.
I've had those clients who call me, yo, I just left the club. Can you come through? It's going to be like 3:30.
Word.
There.
Right.
Early.